This is another video about my trying to conceive pregnancy Chronicles journey. And I'm keeping the Chucky hat on because there's a lot of drama that happened within that for pregnancy number 5 that I just felt like it was necessary to keep this hat on. So where I left off was that I got to see my daughter every day. We got to do pictures. That the hospital had a photographer come, and my husband also took some. And my sister-in-law stayed with me because I wasn't sleeping. I was in a closet of a room, and I know they didn't want me to hear other babies crying because I had lost mine, but it would be nice to have a nicer room considering I lost my child. And I think it would be nice for the mothers and fathers to have something like that. I had really nice nurses. I had a beautiful nurse named Olivia that kind of reminded me of my daughter. And I told her that, so it kind of gave me some peace. I didn't want to go home, but I had to. My blood pressure was high, so they didn't want to let me go home. But I don't see that my blood pressure would have gotten any better. I was angry. I was hurt physically, emotionally. They were giving me heart medication. It wasn't really doing anything. And I wanted to stay to spend one more day with my daughter, but I had to go home to the kids, and I couldn't really stay more than like I think one extra night per insurance, which sucks. So I go home, and my kids are happy to see me. My dad is here. My dad gives me a hug, trying not to be emotional. I'm like out of it, trying to be present for my kids at home, but I'm still out of it. And then that night we say prayers, and my oldest says to me, "Mommy," she's trying to stay positive even though she's broken too for losing her sister. And she goes, "Mommy, I just remember that, you craved hot dogs with her, and I love hot dogs." And she was trying to find some kind of connection with her sister. And of course that made me cry, and good thing it was dark in her room, so she really couldn't see me. And then I went to the bedroom, told my husband what she said, and he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a little longer, so please 2 times speed if it's too much for you or too long." And I kind of stayed in the bedroom, didn't really feel like doing anything. I didn't eat. I had to drink because I had to take medication for my pain and stuff, but I didn't feel like doing anything. And I still had to call and talk and funeral arrangements. And they asked me before I left the hospital, "Do you want to do an autopsy?" I said, "Absolutely not. You guys aren't going to do that to my baby." And they were like, "Okay." And they said, "We'll keep her here until you guys make a decision on what you want to do, like you pick a funeral home." And I'm so thankful for that counselor who called different places to help us. And there's this place that paid for half of what we decided to do and gave us a necklace because we decided to have her cremated, because I felt that if for some reason we ever moved, I would not be able I would want her with me. I wouldn't be able to, have a funeral and have her buried in a different state. If we, for some reason, had to leave or wanted to leave the state, I just obviously couldn't. So they gave us necklaces that we could put our ashes in if we wanted to. They gave us like the clay footprints, handprints, all of that. And as I told you, I couldn't get a birth certificate because they said she was born, you know, not alive, so the state wouldn't give me a birth certificate. And so I'm looking for the death certificate, and found out that I could have a birth certificate done, but it won't be a real one. It'll just be one for us. So of course I had to have the death certificate first to be able to get that. And I'm gonna stop there. And I will say that I had a great conversation with someone in my live today. And we were talking about being moms that had C-sections. And my brother was telling me that he was proud of me for like doing these videos because one, it's therapy, but also, you know, I'm hoping that I'm helping other people. I'm hoping that you guys understand that you know your body better than anybody. You don't have to be a doctor to know that something's wrong. And you need to stick up for yourself. And you need to, if the doctor won't listen to you, see somebody else. And even though I blame that doctor, there's like 1% that I'm still mad at myself. And that sits and haunts me a lot. And I don't want anyone to ever go through what I went through. I know I'm not alone, but I just don't want this to happen to anybody. And I feel like funeral arrangements, that's not something you can do when you just lost your child. So I'm thankful for the programs that step up and help mothers do this. And I'm thankful for my sister-in-law who stepped in, her and my mother-in-law, and, you know, they paid for the other half of the cremation and the beautiful things that we got her, and, you know, came to the appointments with me and stuff like that, my sister-in-law. So I will get more in detail of that later, but I just want to thank you guys for listening. It's not easy coming up and talking about this stuff and remembering all this stuff, even though I will never forget it. I just feel like I'll always be broken because of it. But I also feel like the whole purpose is us going to heaven. I'm not rushing. I want to see my children grow up. I want to see my grandchildren. Hell, I want to see my great-grandchildren. But when it's my time, I look forward to seeing her. And this time, see her eyes, because I never got a chance. So at least then I would. But I'm gonna go before I really ugly cry. And it's already a 9-minute video. So I will connect with you guys later. Thank you.